Hey, what's going on, new setup Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Yes, I'm still picking up Funko Pops. Tree came down, but I'm putting those new ones up. I'm definitely going to be getting the new ones to come out as well. It's what's going to happen. Say what you will about this stuff. Funko Pops, lame. I don't really care. I like them. There you go. Front and center for everybody to see. Prismatic Evolutions. The plot thickens once again. Woke up today with a bunch of people messaging me about prices for that stuff and how pre-orders have been being canceled across the board by stores. To which case I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, what else is new? What else can I have with stuff? The Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders, everyone talking about getting this stuff at retail and all these stores doing these great prices. There are some stores that are still honoring that, but a bunch of these newer stores that are popping up are some stores that just bit off a little bit more than they can chew. They cut pre-orders, they actually canceled some orders, and now they're relisting some of their product for basically $125, $130, $135 each. Now, this was absolutely anticipated. This is something I really thought wasn't like something that needed to be explained, but apparently it does. Yeah, this is a very high in demand set, and there is a lot more people here. Pokemon is not printing this to demand, unfortunately, right this second. They may have printed to a previous demand they thought, but there is a lot of new people in this hobby currently. You see them, you watch them walking around whenever it's a convention or something like that. You see new people popping in the hobby every day. You see new people interested in the financial gain that Pokemon can bring them. It's all across the board, man. Like, you see it. I know everyone sees all these people, and they are going to eat up some of the product, and some people who previously weren't dumping money and are new to the hobby, that stuff, are going to be looking for other people's advice and looking for what other people have to say about stuff. And a lot of people, a ton of people right this second, are saying this is the set for Scarlet and Violet. So people that have no experience previous to any of this stuff are going to see these fucking sets, see these actual numbers, and be like, whoa, it's fucking 120. I've got about $1,000 laying around. I guess I should pick up 8 of these for the sake of that stuff. In which case, validating the prices. TCG Player. As you can see on TCG Player, a basic price has been established right there. People have basically spoken with their money, what they think these pre-orders should be, and what the boxes should actually be selling for. It's very reminiscent of 2020. 2021, where Champions Path pre-orders were about $150 for ETBs, and then I think Shining Fates was similar, but like pre-release, there was people getting stuff a week and a half early, where motherfuckers were paying $300 to $600 for ETBs. I will never forget that, and that was the early days of this Pokemon space, where I truly realized how fucked up things were getting for this stuff. But this set is very much in demand. There's people buying 63 of them. There's some guy who's like, you know what, 63 ETBs for me at $127, about 8 fucking grand, 8.5 grand. Sign me up, big dog, because people are just that convinced that this is going to be the set for that stuff. Previously established sets are probably going to do well. Surging Sparks is going to probably do fine. 151 is always going to be 151. New people step into the hobby, and people's nostalgia is always going to be itched by that set. It's most certainly not a bad set. It is, in my opinion, it's one of the weaker sets in Scarlet and Violet, only because I've seen that stuff so much before. You gotta bear with me, everybody. Everyone thinks I just hate the 151 Pokemon stuff. Number one, it's kind of a fucking meme. It gets good reactions out of people. It's one of those things, you just say it, and 5 people are going to swing down from the fucking rafters and try to, like, silence you. Oh, Charizard, how dare you have opinions about Pokemon cards? How dare you? And it's just one of those things that you can easily just engage people with. I don't think it's the worst set in the world. I think it's very weak, though. I think it is a very weak set, and a bunch of the 151 ARs and IRs and some of the SARs that have been spread around the fucking Scarlet and Violet era would have behooved that set greatly to just be in that set. Like, have one big 151 set and have a lot of the arts instead of them just being like straight common cards or uncommon cards or hollows or something like that. Fucking give them the IRs, the ARs. Make it truly a really big set. You have tons of Pokemon that are from the 151 Kanto generation just bebopping in other random sets when those could have easily went to new Pokemon or other stuff too, which people have a problem with. You say, well, it's always shut up about the new Pokemon. People love the old ones. I don't care. I'm gonna say I say how I say about that stuff. I feel how I feel, and fuck anybody who has any other opinions about that stuff. You can have your own videos about it. You can make your own comments about it. This is how I feel about the whole thing, okay? But these sets are established. Twilight Masquerade is going to be kind of a little bit of a sleeper. Paldea Evolved, it's going to be a little bit of a sleeper where people are just all of a sudden going to explode it up in value, and there's going to be certain cards there. Yes, obviously I know people are interested in the set, but it's not quite reaching the prices that people are anticipating, like Surging Sparks and fucking Prismatic Evolutions to be. It's going to be one of those things that come up as it goes. And I think Scarlet and Violet overall is going to be respected well. It's going to be one of those things that people look back at, and the art is going to be what overall sells the set. Now, people are complaining about these prices, and I completely understand. It's kind of ridiculous for something. Pokemon's not printing demand, and people are being very greedy with what they want to do with how much and how they charge for that stuff. I completely understand. I get it. I know where you're coming from. I fought that fight, man. The Japanese market did this exact same thing for a little while, and I had to take a knee. I had to sit out for a little little while, because it's like, I'm not validating these prices. I'm not doing this stuff. All this is showing is that Pokemon can do this stuff. They can print less and people will still buy the fuck out of everything and the price will go up. You're basically just validating the price with every time you do a purchase, which is why I tell people, if they really feel that strongly about this stuff, obviously if you want the set, you want to spend the money, go for it. You're an adult. You fucking do your own things. You have a job. You get your own money. Pay, do your things, man. Get your boxes, get your product, do what you want. But if you really truly feel strongly about this and you think this is a problem, fucking close your wallet for a while. Or if you're not going to do that, go back and get other cards. Go catch up on other sets. Go do other things. I guarantee a lot of the singles for Prismatic Evolutions is going to be something that you can attain. I guarantee there's only going to be a couple of cards that are going to be really fucking stupid. A lot of the things that people are really holding on to for this set, other than PSA 10 Evolutions, is going to be the product itself. The product itself is what people want, either to do rip and ships for people that want singles, or for them to actually hold on to the product to sell it for later. A lot of the singles for that stuff, no one's really going to care too much about most of the SIRs in that set. No one's going to really care too much about some of the trainers, and no one's really going to care too fucking much about most of the Master Balls going forward as well. If you have your favorites and you want to pick up some stuff, I highly recommend that. You can speak a lot louder by closing your wallet than with any fucking video, any kind of post, any kind of Instagram story you're ever going to make. The less you spend your money, the more you're like, oh yeah, this is actually what it is. And even if it doesn't do a whole lot for the entirety of the community itself, it does a lot for you. It says more for you, and it actually establishes how you feel, and you have some credibility for how you feel about the whole, oh, I'm not going to fucking engage in stuff. Because when people make these kind of posts, but they buy the shit anyway, they come back with like 8 fucking ETBs of this after literally complaining about the price. It's like, well, then why are you buying it? Well, I need it for content. No, you fucking don't. You do not need it for content. You want it for content. And that's truly what it is. A lot of people really want this set. A lot of people will speak with their wallets, and a lot of people ultimately do what they need to do. Pokemon eventually, I think, will get a little more of this product out. I think 151 had a very similar issue with this when it came out. I was able to find a couple like the Zapdos and like a little, I think I found a poster collection whenever it first came out, but actually getting ETBs when the set came out was extremely difficult. And then just one day, wha-bam, there was ETBs at Walmart, there was ETBs on base, there was ETBs in a lot of places. They were just, I could find them again. I managed to pick up a couple. I actually sent one out to a friend, and then I was able to, keep one just for the collection. It's pretty cool. The Pokemon Center ones, that's a whole separate fucking ball game. That's a whole nother thing, whole nother video for a whole nother time. I think the product will make its way out. There's supposed to be a very long product plan over 8 months, 7 months, kind of like how Crown Zenith had the very same thing. How there's still product for Crown Zenith out there too. There's still, if you look hard enough, I'm still finding the fucking Articuno Zapdos Moltres tins. The Sea and Sky boxes are still popping up, and every once in a while you'll find one of the off the wall ones. Like I think like the what was one of them? Oh, like the Zacian and the Zamazenta box. Like those ones will pop up too. I knew there was another one I was thinking of. And there's all kinds of stuff that you can still do for Crown Zenith if you're wanting to pick it up as well. It's not really too crazy to pick up product, and if you can find a good deal for Prismatic Evolutions and you want to fucking bite the bullet, go for it. Do your thing, man. If you think you're actually going to get a good thing, go for it. Not every store is being really shitty right now. There are some that are honoring the pre-orders. Just the pre-orders for it are going fucking fast. They're not printing this to demand at all. And I think it's because the demand is just so ridiculously high because A, people think this is going to be the money set. So people are trying to gather as much of it as possible. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people willing to pay off the prospect of future investability for that stuff too. There's some collectors that want it. There's some people that do that, but a lot of it's going to be financially driven. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it is. But be patient. Wait to actually go to the stores. Do what the normal people do. I fucking try to pre-order some stuff. If I can get it, great. If I don't, whatever, bleh, it's fine. I'll just go store hunting. I'm gonna go get some groceries anyway. I'm gonna go get some stuff. I'm gonna go look at some video games and fucking look at stuff for the house. Might as well pop in the Pokemon section real quick and see if I can find stuff. And every once in a while, I find some good shit in there. Found a Pokemon Go box at Target actually super recently. And it's like, what the fuck? Pokemon Go slide about? And you know what? It was the same price. It was fucking $18 or something like that. It was the Executor box, which, hey, still has Pokemon Go, and it's still one of those things where it's going to be a little bit harder to get as time goes on. Not the most in-demand set, but just finding cool stuff like that in the wild. It gives you a good feeling, like actually going and paying a little bit, like you're paying the retail stuff. I know, fucking the warehouse deals. Dude, I'm a normal guy. I go to the fucking store. I buy some games. I buy some cards. I buy my regular ass shit. Whatever, dude. And I think a lot of people thought the same stuff. Don't stretch yourself too thin over this Pokemon card stuff. I really do think it'll be okay. Fucking 63 though. $127. That's people are speaking with their money, and it is definitely going to be a wild ride. Just buckle in, watch, pick up some singles if you truly like the set for the cards. You'll be able to pick most of them up for not too bad value, and hopefully, good luck finding some product. Hopefully, you can find some good stores. Just you will see a lot of stores slashing pre-orders just to jack up the price, and I think you're going to see it again as it gets a little bit closer to release. So I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. What am I going to put there instead of the tree? What could I put? I got a few things in there. Maybe I'll maybe suggestions, anybody?